Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors,
including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife.
We do our best each week to bring you tasteful content,
but viewer discretion is advised.
Now enjoy the show.
This week we head to Cape Henlopen State Park to brave the elements during a managed deer hunt.
We'll head up to Newark to meet the latest recipient of the WBOC Mountaire Farm to Table Scholarship.
Scorchy Taws gives us a few pointers about feeding our feathered friends this time of year.
And we'll head to Easton to preview the upcoming Chesapeake Fire and Ice Festival.
Outdoors Delmarva starts right now.
Welcome to Outdoors Delmarva, the show that celebrates our communities, our cultures and traditions, and the places we call home. My name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch. And Jason, I know we like to match our outfits when we get ready for the show. And I got the memo about the camo, but you're all waitered out.
Well, that's because I just got done with a duck hunt with Nanticoke Outfitters.
That's awesome. Did you get anything?
I'll put it this way, that if I had to rely on my duck hunting skills in order to feed myself, I would weigh as much as you.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
Hunting takes skill, patience, commitment, and on a 19-degree morning, a whole lot of layers.
Braving the elements, though, is necessary when Delaware's Department of Natural Resources needs a little bit of help in controlling the deer population at Cape Henlopen State Park. Chris, you guys must have had a pretty successful day yesterday because we didn't see anything, so you must have got them all.
Yeah, I don't know if we got them all or if they're just laying down because it's so cold today.
What? Cold today? No, not at all. Tell us a little bit about this program and why it's being implemented.
So we have a public hunting program in Delaware State Parks. We hunt in 9 of our state parks. In my program, the Environmental Stewardship Program, for me, deer hunting is a management tool. The two big pressures on the habitats in our state parks are invasive species and deer. Our goal is to reduce the number of deer in the park. The goal is to get a population of about 40 deer per square mile, which is still more deer than kind of the habitat can really support and have healthy ecosystems, have a resurgence of kind of the rare plants, orchids that deer love to eat. Every once in a while, we will hold managed hunts like this one that we're doing at Cape the past 2 days, just to try to supplement the harvest that's taken by our public deer hunters.
Now, how many years have you guys been doing this?
Back in the early 2000s, pretty much every year we were holding managed hunt either up at White Clay Creek State Park, Brandywine Creek State Park, up until about 2010 or so. And we have expanded our public hunting program to the point that we don't feel that we need to do managed hunts as regularly as we used to. But now it's probably every couple of years we'll do a managed hunt to try to again supplement the total deer that are harvested. Here at Cape, in any given year, we average probably between 30, 60 or so deer harvested. So anything we can take additionally through a managed hunt will help us kind of toward our goals of reducing the deer pressure on our forest and other habitats in the park.
So if those hunters want information on the public hunting process here at the park, how do they go about getting it?
Yeah, so all of the information about our hunting program, both for hunters and for non-hunters, they can go to our website, which is destateparks.com.
Perfect. All right, well, Chris, thank you very much for letting us come out today. We had a good time, despite the chilly morning, but that's all part of the experience of getting outdoors, Delmarva.
Jason, seeing you and Freeman like that just makes me want to shiver.
Believe me, Lauren, seeing that again has made me shiver too.
Up next, we meet the January recipient for the WBOC Mountaire Farm to Table Scholarship.
Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, returns right after these messages.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
We are proud to partner with Mountaire Farms to honor those high school seniors who have a passion for agriculture or the culinary arts.
Let's meet the January recipient of the WBOC Mountaire Farm to Table Scholarship, Hodgson Votech's Ethan Pavkovich.
I was probably like 8 years old, and every time I'd walk into the kitchen, my mom would make chicken and dumplings every Friday night. And she went from letting me play with the dough and making pretend like I was helping to actually helping her make it, like drop the dumplings in the water, cook the chicken and all the vegetables, and just like that bonding time with my mother whenever she would have free time. Something grew inside of me to just build that desire to want to do it more.
Ethan, he's one of the first students in the state to graduate before high school from the RIRA Youth Apprenticeship Program from the National Restaurant Association. You know, he's been working now at Taverna, I would say about a year now. He's earned his journeyman certification. Humble, not a problem. There's no argument. He owns anything that he makes a mistake with. There's no argument. He's willing to help anybody out. He doesn't, whatever you need, I'm here to help you. He's a very big team player. He likes having a good relationship with people that he works with because he enjoys it. And I think for him, once he really starts cooking and he's functioning in the kitchen, for him, it's a comfort zone. And everybody's connected through this food and through the job. And I think for him, it's just an easy place to be. Also, being from that part of COVID that he was very inward. He was a very big introverted child, and now he is not an introverted child. You know what I mean? I think that gives him motivation to see others, and he understands, he can relate. So when he sees somebody that's quiet or inside, he has no problem connecting with them. So those are some of the strengths I've seen. Well, right now he's at Taverna with Platinum Dining. He loves it. He's going to go to culinary school. And I can see Ethan growing with that company and just becoming higher up in that company. You know, he has that knack to be able to do something of that nature. I see whatever he does, he's going to be fine. He's not somebody he doesn't like to sit around. He's not going to be, idle. He has to do something.
I think it just have to come from my desire to be better, because referencing my parents again, that's all they've ever told me to be. Just be a good human. That's what my mom would always say, and just do the best that I can. And when I think about that, just thinking about whatever situation I'm in, the opportunity that it's giving me, just like this opportunity here, it's just an opportunity to be better. And when I'm better, I feel like I can do better. And when I do better, I can benefit others. So I think it's just the desire to want to be useful, to be helpful to anyone that I can, because that's exactly how my parents were for me.
Ethan Pavkovich, for your commitment to feeding the world like we do at Mountaire Farms, it's my pleasure to present to you the WBOC Mountaire Farm to Table Scholarship Award. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats again to Ethan. If you want to nominate a student, go to WBOC.com and search Farm to Table.
Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, returns right after this.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Jason, do you have a bird feeder at home?
I do not, but my folks have several, and I really do enjoy watching the Cardinals and the Blue Jays stop by for a quick bite.
Well, if you're interested in getting into this hobby, we hear a few bird feeding tips in this week's Remembering Scorchy Taws.
Honoring the life and legacy of Scorchy Taws, thanks to Shorts Marine in Long Neck, Delaware. Shorts Marine, everything but the water.
This is a time of year to turn our thoughts to feeding our friendly backyard birds. It's a two-way street. Our feeding them can mean their ticket to winter survival. In turn, they provide us with a backyard show that can become a color spectacular. If you aren't a feeder of birds, there never was a better time to start. First, you'll need a feeder. Bird feeders come in many different designs. There are feeders just for little birds and feeders for all birds. Visit your local supplier and check them out. You might even want to get several. You probably will sooner or later anyhow.
Once the bird feeder is bought or made, it must be placed where birds feel safe, near shrubs or trees and away from traffic, dogs and cats. Most birds will avoid a feeder if it is not close enough to escape cover.
As for seed, your choice can be one or many. If it's one, sunflower seed is a logical choice. Then there's thistle seed, millet, cracked corn, and safflower you might consider mixing in. Bird feeding is big business, like in the neighborhood of $500 million nationally every year.
We've already had a big boom on the season already. Yep, we're on our second 10,000-pound load of feed.
Birds are fussy eaters, and bird lovers who hope to attract a variety of species to their yards must be aware of their preferences. Some of those grocery market mixtures are simply not for the birds. And lastly, let's not forget that birds need water. A bird bath a few inches deep with the bottom sloping gradually upward is your best bet. So, a feeder, some seed, and water. That's all you need for a front row seat at the banquet of the birds. Scorchy Taws, winter in our Delmarva land for WBOC News.
Remembering Scorchy Taws is presented by Shorts Marine, online at shortsmarine.com.
Did you know the first sleds were merely a strip of animal skin stretched between strips of smooth wood?
Did you know the word toboggan comes from the Algonquin word otobagan, which means a drag made of skin?
And did you know that in world competitions, sledding is frequently referred to as tobogganing, but actually involves bobsledding, luging, and skeleton sledding as well?
Now you do.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Lauren, question for you. Have you ever made anything out of ice?
Sure, a cube.
Okay, Michelangelo, if you need any additional further motivation for any masterpieces you have coming up in the future, maybe you can get some inspiration from the Chesapeake Fire and Ice Festival coming back to Easton.
Easton was created as the seat for Talbot County in 1710, but wasn't incorporated until 1790. The 2 acres of land where the courthouse was built was purchased with 15,000 pounds of tobacco, and the courthouse was built with the price tag of 115,000 pounds of tobacco. Easton has a rich history, much of which can still be seen in the architecture of the downtown area. According to the United States Census Bureau, Easton has an area of less than 11 square miles and was named by Forbes as one of America's 5 coolest places to buy a vacation home in 2018. The Chesapeake Fire and Ice Festival is an annual free event put on by Discover Easton, a nonprofit organization that promotes the businesses and cultural aspects of the town. The Fire and Ice Festival incorporates ice sculpture tours, live sculpture demonstrations, an outdoor ice skating rink, live music, a fire trail that features local restaurants, and a canine kissing booth from the Talbot County Humane Society. A map is available from the festival's website that helps guide you along the streets, parks, and shops. And as much as I tried to follow the map, I found the best approach was just walking the streets and letting the next corner I turn fill my afternoon with wonder and delight. Visitors can enjoy some of those live ice carvings during the Ice Block Party, which kicks off the festival Friday night. You can also try your hand at ice carving at the Academy Art Museum. The Talbot County Free Library hosted a reading of The Story of Frosty for the kids, and the ice skating at the Visitor Center was free of charge with ice skates available. I was reminded of my last attempt at ice skating in Snow Hill and decided that there were too many kids on the ice for me to try another attempt at Swan Lake Grace. Maybe next year. The self-guided tour is perfect for anyone on a time crunch, or if your own little ones have a timer that hits 0 at any moment. With the weather cooperating, it was perfectly chilly without being cold, and as long as the ice sculptures were in the shade, the bright sun wasn't an enemy of the main attractions. But at the Chesapeake Fire and Ice Festival, it's pretty tough to put your finger on what the actual main attraction is. Between the ice sculptures, the live music, the great food, or even the perfect February weather, everything just kind of fit together like a puzzle. That's when it hits you. The main attraction of the festival isn't any of the things to see or do, it's the town itself. Easton is the main attraction. From the people, to the buildings, to the atmosphere of a crisp winter Saturday, the whole experience is what makes the Chesapeake Fire and Ice Festival such a must-do each year. But here's the coolest thing, Easton is open all year long, and there are plenty of things to do. The St. Patrick's Day Parade will be on March 17th, the annual Easter egg hunt on March 31st, the Dale Skinner Boys to Men Clay Shoot will be on April 20th, and the 53rd Annual Waterfowl Festival is November 8th. To make your plans for a day of sightseeing, dining, shopping, and discovering why Easton really is a Delmarva destination, visit discovereaston.com.
You can check out the festival on President's Day weekend, February 16th and 17th. And for more information, you can go to discovereaston.com.
We're going to take a look at your latest photos when we come back. Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, returns right after these messages.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
It's time to flip through the photo album and take a look at your latest pictures.
Thanks to our friends at North Bay Marina.
Mike Dickerson and Keith Landon of Ocean View had a real good day goose hunting. But then again, is there ever such a thing as a bad day hunting?
Sam Schroeder and Java are pictured here in their natural environment as they continue to have great success during duck hunting season.
Meg Watts and her hunting partner Wren have been knocking them down this year, as evidenced on her Instagram page, Waterfowl Queen. We're also hoping Wren has a speedy recovery from paw surgery so she can get back out to what she loves doing.
Diesel might be close to retirement age, but at 12 years old, he still loves getting out there with the other hunters. Thank you for the photo, Tammy.
And Nick Denny sent us a few photos that really made us say wow. These underwater shots genuinely show off his passion for outdoor photography, and we are all the beneficiaries of his talent.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina.
And that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you so much for watching.
Keep sending in those photos by emailing outdoors@WBOC.com. And if you're not following us yet on social media, we've made it really easy for you. Just scan the QR code in the bottom corner of your screen.
We hope to see you right back here again next week. But until then, my name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch, and we hope to see you outdoors, Delmarva.
Outdoors Delmarva, a Draper Media production, is presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine and Bell Creek Equipment.
We got one.
Yeah. One.
Okay.
One bufflehead. Losing.
A whole lot of losing.
Whole lot of losing.
Bird's the word.
Bird. Everybody's heard about the bird. Bird is the word. Bird is the word.